All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially starting the trip. First day, here we go. So I'm with some people up front. They let me join the group. And we're not doing a specific tour, so we can do whatever we want, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Let's go! Let's go! Look at those mountains, boy. Wow. Woo! We're killing it. We're killing it. Woo! Guys, look how beautiful Vietnam is. Look how beautiful. Look how green everything is. So if you guys didn't know this about Vietnam, the north part is technically considered, you know, like the communist side. When there was, you know, the Vietnam War, you know, with the US here and stuff like that, the north was, you know, basically fighting the south, and the north is basically, you know, communist. The south is more, you know, capitalist. The two main cities are both, of course, you know, there's one on the north side, one on the south side. The north one is Hanoi. So in Hanoi, you know, usually it's the more touristic area, a lot more fun, you know, for hostels and stuff like that typically. And then the south, which is called Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon, that is like the capitalist side. So there's a lot more, you know, it's basically the economic center of Vietnam. There's, like, you know, big buildings, you know, a lot more, you know, industry and, you know, companies and stuff like that in Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon. And the north is, you know, typically, you know, more on the communist side. One thing about business etiquette here in Vietnam is when dealing with business professionals here in Vietnam, sincerity goes a long way. It's really valued here. So not showing off, basically. You know, they respect that a lot. In terms of which city is the biggest, it's of course Hanoi and Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is the bigger one technically. So there's more traffic there, you know, more of the hustle and bustle compared to Hanoi. And as we're doing right now, you know, motorbikes is a big form of transportation here in Vietnam. So most people have motorbikes compared to cars. For Ho Chi Minh City, the way it's got its name is, you know, after a revolutionary leader called Ho Chi Minh. They named it after him. In terms of the flora and fauna here in Vietnam, around 16% of the world's fauna and flora species can be found in Vietnam. So it's a very diverse biological location here. As you can see, there is green everywhere. You know, definitely not as much as, you know, for example, like Costa Rica has like an insane amount of fauna in Florida, and it's a tiny little country. Vietnam is pretty big. Skirt, skirt. So out of the things they grow here in Vietnam, as you can see, there are tons and tons of rice fields, as you're going to see in the video. So they grow a lot of rice, of course. You know, one of the main things they eat here is noodles, and it's typically rice noodles. So that's where they grow the rice, in all these little rice fields. So that's a big thing they grow here. Another thing is coffee. One thing that Vietnam is known for, that I actually just had today for the first time, is egg coffee. So they use the egg yolk, they whip it up, and it's super good, but it's nice and strong. I don't typically drink coffee, and it had me absolutely vibrating when I drank it. So if you don't drink that much coffee, careful. It's a lot of caffeine. All right, everyone's good. We had a fall, but we're going. It's definitely not going to be the last. Whew. Yeah, if you can see in the distance, there's different levels to make more space for the rice fields. Even right here below, you can see literally every spot where you can grow things, they are growing it, and it's typically rice. So as you probably saw on that last clip, he told me to turn it off. I just turned it back on, but we're all good. If you don't bring your international driving permit, what you can do is you basically bribe them ahead of time. You buy this little thing, it shows that you already paid, and it works. First police checkpoint passed. We did it. We did it. So the police encounter was honestly pretty chill. They were really nice. Yeah, nothing really happened since we prepared ahead of time, which is definitely a good idea. And if you don't get the international driving permit, like I said, you can pre-bribe them, which is absolutely hilarious. Hey, look at all these people. Wow, so many people do this loop. I'm so happy I picked a group that most of the people are riding. We only have one person with an easy rider, you know, a chauffeur basically. He's at the front, I'm at the rear, making sure no one else falls again. But once it gets some good road conditions, I'm gonna go in the front and rip it. Unfortunately, when I was ripping it, my camera was out of battery, so I wasn't able to film it, but I was flying right before someone fell. Looks like around this area they grow corn. Looks like they're drying it all out by the roads. He's the most handsome, he says. Bye. All right, I'll hold up the rear. You guys go. Careful with the gravel. Off we go. We're gonna get some food on the next town because we need some food and we need some fuel. All right, so we've had 2 falls and someone almost fell, but he luckily got it. There's a good amount of gravel on these roads, so you know, I'm telling them, do not go over the gravel. And if you do go over the gravel, do not be accelerating, try not to be turning, you know, don't do anything that's gonna change the velocity of your bike, because once you do that, especially in a corner, you will slide out. And they do not have off-road tires. So far the first day is going very well. We've had one guy fall over twice, but he's good. If you're a beginner, definitely get the armored, you know, knee pads, the elbow pads, because you can tell that people who haven't fallen, you can tell that, you know, their stuff is still dented. So it's definitely saved a lot of people from a good boo-boo here and there. Look at how beautiful those little mountains are. Very interesting. They're almost like perfect little circles. And the guide was telling us, yes, you know, they grow a ton of rice, but up in these mountainous regions, you can see, you know, it's very mountainous, so it's almost impossible to grow, you know, rice. So where you can't grow rice, they grow corn. And he was telling us that, and the guide was telling us that with the corn, they dry it out and they make corn flour with it, and they make little like corn cakes, and they eat it with like vegetables and stuff like that, or they give it to, you know, livestock like chickens and maybe the water buffalo. And the corn requires less water, and the soil can be rocky, and you know, it'll still be good. For rice to grow, they have to take out all the little rocks in the soil, or else I guess it won't grow correctly or something like that. So when it's rocky, they grow corn. When it's not rocky, they grow rice. You guys can see over there, they're burning a little bit of the crops. I believe it's corn, or you know, some type of crop, and they use the burned material as fertilizer. Vietnam, you are beautiful. Damn, look at those mountains. You know, I'm in Colorado, I'm used to seeing mountains, but with this much greenery, absolutely gorgeous. All right, last leg. We just had some really good pho. It was delicious. Had some beef pho, some other ones. Oh no. Bro. Poor bike. I got that on video. Poor bike. Yeah, it's sand. Alright, back to it. God, Jan, you need some more skill. Luckily nothing's happened to him. So yeah, we just had some really good pho. The noodles were handmade. They showed us where they dry them after they steam them and stuff. It was delicious. And I had 2 scoops of chili oil, and it was a little bit too much. I was definitely had to blow my nose like 5 times because it was so spicy, but it was delicious. Delicious pho. Yeah, when you do this trip, definitely try to eat as you know, as local as possible. You know, support the economy over here, and don't eat like the typical food you know would normally eat, you know, back in your home. Try to, you know, go out of your comfort zone and, you know, have some local food. And this is why I got the off-road Honda 150. It was perfect for this stuff. Oh, there's some big bumps. Big bumps. Woo. Big bumps indeed. Yes, yes. long time ago. This road, the French built it. We only got 30 minutes left of riding of the first day. It's been a super nice day. It's not been super hot. Luckily, it's been a little bit cloudy, but not too cloudy where you can't enjoy the views. And there hasn't been a drop of rain, which is nice because I did not bring my raincoat because I just did not have enough room in my little bag. So I lucked out and everyone is having a blast. We had some really good pho. Hopefully we get some really good banh mi one day too. I want to try that. I haven't had that yet here. And anything else that is authentic Vietnamese food. Yeah, but absolutely super fun doing this trip. Super fun. Highly recommend so far. Look at these views. Wow. Let's go, baby! We ripping it, boys! We ripping it in Vietnam! Ha Giang Loop! Alright guys, that's it for part 2 out of 4 parts of the Ha Giang tour here with Mr. Never Slow Down on the Honda 150L. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.